Spoon, your action figure aficionado here. Giving you a quick look into my personal collection again. I've done a review on the Stinger before, but I just wanted to cover the Thundercats Rampagers line in its entirety. The Rampagers are infamously known as being some of the rarest original releases LJN put out for the Thundercats toy line. Released in 1987, they were it was supposed to consist of 3 figures. You have the Driller, the Stinger, and then finally the Mad Bubbler. Unfortunately, the Mad Bubbler never did see release, even though there is the Mandela effect going on with it, where people swear they saw it on store shelves. The Mad Bubbler is only in prototype form, did not see the store shelves, but these bad boys did. I saw them on store shelves at a local Toys R Us when I was a kid, and had the privilege of at least getting one of them as a child, and that being the Driller. Now, since these were released in the United States and overseas, about early 2000s, there were some overseas stock found that were very case fresh, and there is a heavy market for foreign carded releases for the Rampagers figures. So the foreign cards ones are still pricey, but easier to obtain since these figures loose still sell for over $200 each. With these heavier price sets, even the foreign card ones, you have several different versions. Just a version that would kind of look like the US American release, but just with multilingual languages put on the card back. Some of them have giant yellow stickers on them that indicate certain features of the toy. I had to hunt these down on the US American card back releases, or at least as close as possible. I don't like having multi-language card backs if I can avoid it. Just a big thing for me. And since I did have one of these as a kid, I did want to obtain them like this. Both of these are AFA graded, and they are both sitting at an AFA 70. You can see in the Stinger, it's towards the top of the screen, clear view, while the Driller has the hidden classic style AFA grading of the 70. Stinger is mostly rated 70 due to his card having some damage. Same with the Driller, which is kind of shocking since both of them have such unique bubble designs that actually highlight the shape of the figure. They do both have on the bottom tab on the bottom of the bubble that would allow the figure to stand up on store shelves or for display purposes without easily falling. Still could fall, but not as easy. You see that they were packaged with the classic LJN pamphlet promoting other Thundercat toys. So the Driller, going into him, we have the rapidly revolving roughneck. The Stinger, the bad bug-like battler. That's just their little description underneath the name. And down here it says, squeeze the trigger as you lift the Driller off the ground and he'll spin faster and faster, whacking and smacking anyone in his path. With the Stinger, it's pull the trigger to make the Stinger 6 super wings flap as he strikes from the sky and swoops into battle. Looking at the back of the Stinger's card, they show some illustrations that demonstrate how to properly perform his action feature functions, which is, in his case, flapping the wings. And, of course, here's the Rampagers in all their glory, the Driller, Mad Bubbler, and Stinger. I wanted the Mad Bubbler so much as a kid, never saw him in stores. And honestly, though, other than the one time I saw the Driller and the Stinger in stores, I never saw him again after that. What was really neat for me as a kid, though, was, let's get in a little bit closer here to get rid of some of that glare, was that I finally got to see other Series 3 releases, including Bengali Pumaira, Jaga, Linkso, Mongor, Captain Shiner, Cracker, Safari Joe. So it was neat to see that as a kid. Let's see here, and I'll go into this. I'll just read this quick too. This up here is a generic paragraph that just tells you the Rampager story. Mumra fears them, the mutants fear them, even the mighty Thundercats fear them. They're the Rampagers, the coldest, cruelest form of life to ever terrorize Third Earth. Each of these creatures has its own dastardly device of destruction. The Rampagers are allies with no one, not even each other. They have only one common goal, to eliminate anyone who stands between them and the total domination of Third Earth. Out of the Rampagers, the Driller and Mad Bubbler were in the cartoon. Stinger was not. I believe Stinger was in a UK magazine, if I remember correctly. The Stinger is the most petrifying pest of Third Earth. The ominous sound of his huge flapping wings frightens even his most fearless enemy. He flies over unsuspecting victims and strikes with pinpoint accuracy. Can the Stinger be eliminated before it's too late? Now, the first paragraph, though, isn't entirely accurate in the fact that the Driller worked with Mumra several times and even was part of Jackalman's rebellion when Jackalman tried to separate himself from the mutants. So the Driller has been was in the cartoon a few times. Now here is the hidden AFA label here, and this is where you'll see the damage that cost me some grading here. There was tape marks on the back of my Driller card that went through some of his bio, unfortunately, but at least I do have a loose card of him still from when I was a kid that I can read the full thing. So, there you have it, folks. Just a quick look at the 2 Rampagers action figures released by LJ in 1987, concluding the Thundercats toy line. They are unique pieces to any collection, and very, very intricate pieces for the Thundercats collection. I love them as some of my favorites, and hopefully, if you are trying to hunt them down, well, figure out which one works best for your collection. Mint on card foreign version, because you can get them probably AFA graded 85, even cheaper than it takes to get a US American release one graded at a lower pay rate of 70. The American ones are far rarer, harder to keep around than any of the foreign versions that exist out there. I'm Spoon, your action figure aficionado, keeping it mint.